Hi, good evening everybody. Many blessings to you all. I didn't do my morning meditation, so I've decided to share something with you this afternoon, and I've just propped my phone up on some cushions, so we'll see how that works. It might fall over, but hopefully we'll be okay. So I'm going to read from the spiritual diary, an inspirational thought for each day of the year, and read today's blessed Christmas, or blessed Christ consciousness to all of you. So where are we? Hi David, hi Janet, hi Atik, let me see who else is here. Hi Pankaj, I hope I pronounced that right. Hi Owen, if you're still here. Hi Ines. Many blessings to all of you. So, hi Julie Lou. Sweet. Hi Lisa. So, obviously today is now Christmas Eve, and it says, all my thoughts are decorating the Christmas tree of meditation with the rare gifts of devotion sealed with golden heart prayers that Christ may come and receive my humble gifts. Hi Peter. You lot are so gorgeous. I will mentally join in the worship in all mosques, churches and temples, and perceive the birth of the universal Christ consciousness as peace on the altar of all devotional hearts. How beautiful is that? And as I'm going to read a couple more as well. I'm going to read tomorrow's. May the Christmas spirit you feel not end with today nor tomorrow. Rather, may it be with you every night as you meditate. Then in the silence of your own mind, as you drive away from all restless thoughts, Christ's consciousness will come. If we all follow the Spirit of Jesus, we shall surely experience every day as His presence within us. That's so beautiful. So beautiful. So I'm now going to open this book, Autobiography of a Yogi, which is also by Paramahansa Yogananda. And there's lots of beautiful stories in here. I've not actually read it, but I've been sharing it with all of you guys on and off over the last few months. So I'm going to open it. We'll see where it opens. Oh, this is interesting. I think I actually read this. Well, obviously I need to share it again. So, the chapter is number 34, Materializing a Palace in the Himalayas. Babaji's first meeting with Lahiri Mayasaya is an enthralling story, and one of the few which gives us a detailed glimpse of the deathless Guru. These words were Swami Kebalananda's preamble to a wondrous tale. The first time he recounted it, I was literally spellbound. Hi Susan. On many other occasions I coaxed my gentle Sanskrit tutor to repeat the story, which was later told to me in substantially the same words by Sri Yukteswar. Both these Lahiri Mayasaya disciples had heard the awesome tale direct from the lips of their guru. My first meeting with Babaji took place in my 33rd year, Lahiri Mayasaya said. In the autumn of 1861, I was stationed in Danapur as a government accountant in the military engineering department. One morning the office manager summoned me. Lahiri, he said, A telegram has just come from the main office. You are to be transferred to Ranniket, where there's an army post has now been established. With one servant, I set out on the 500-mile trip. Travelling by horse and buggy, we arrived in 30 days at the Himalayan site of Ranniket. My office duties were not onerous. I was able to spend many hours roaming in the magnificent hills. A rumour reached me that great saints blessed the region with their presence. I felt a strong desire to see them. During a ramble one early afternoon, I was astounded to hear a distant voice calling my name. I continued my vigorous upward climb on the Drungiri mountain. A slight unease beset me, as I thought that I might not be able to retrace my steps before the darkness had descended over the jungle. I finally reached a small clearing, whose sides were dotted with caves. On one of the rocky ledges stood a smiling young man, extending his hand in welcome. I noticed with astonishment that, except for his copper-coloured hair, he bore a remarkable resemblance to myself. "Lahiri, you have come," the saint addressed me affectionately in Hindi. "Rest here in this cave. It was I who called you." I entered a neat little grotto. That's appropriate, isn't it? Which contained several wooden blankets and a few kamadulas, begging bowls. "Lahiri, do you remember that seat?" The yogi pointed to a folded blanket in one corner. "No, sir." Somewhat dazzled at the strangeness of my adventure, I added, "I must leave now before nightfall. I have business in the morning at my office." The mysterious saint replied in English, "The office was brought for you, and not you for the office." I was dumbfounded that this forecast ascetic could not only speak English, but had also paraphrased the words of Christ. I see my telegram took effect. The yogi's remark was incomprehensible to me. I inquired his meaning. "I refer to the telegram that summoned you to these isolated parts. It was I who silently suggested to the mind of your superior officer that you be transferred to Ranniket. When one feels his unity with mankind, all minds become transmitting stations through which he can work at will." He added gently, "Lahiri, surely this cave seems familiar to you." As I maintained a bewildered silence, the saint approached and struck me gently on the forehead. At his magnetic touch, a wondrous current swept through my brain, releasing the sweet seed memories of my previous life. "I remember," my voice was half choked with joyous sobs. "You are my guru, Babaji, who has belonged to me always." Scenes of the past arise vividly in my mind. Here in this cave I spent many years of my last incarnation. As ineffable recollections overwhelmed me, I tearfully embraced my master's feet. "For more than 3 decades I have waited for you here, waited for you to return to me." Babaji's voice rang with celestial love. "You slipped away and vanished into the tumultuous waves of life beyond death. The magic wand of your karma touched you, and you were gone. Though you lost sight of me, never did I leave sight of you. I pursued you all over the luminescent astral sea, where the glorious angels sail. Through gloom, storm, upheaval, and light I followed you, like a mother bird guarding her young. As you lived out your human term of womb life and emerged a babe, my eyes my eye was ever on you. When you covered your tiny form in the lotus posture under the nadir sands in your childhood, I was invisibly present. Patiently, month after month, year after year, I have watched over you, waiting for this perfect day. Now you are with me. Lo, here is your cave, loved of yore. I have kept it ever clean and ready for you. Here is your hallowed asana blanket, where you daily sat to fill your expanded heart with God. Behold here your bowl, from which you often drank the nectar prepared by me. See how I have kept the brass cup brightly polished, that you might drink again therefrom. My own, do you now understand? My Guru, what can I say? I murmured brokenly. Where has one ever heard of such deathless love? I gazed long and ecstatically on my eternal treasure, my Guru in life and death. Lahiri, you need purification. Drink the oil in this bowl and lie down by the river. Babaji's practical wisdom, I reflect with a quick reminiscent smile, was ever to the fore. I obeyed his directions. Through the icy Himalayan night, though the icy Himalayan night was descending, a comforting warmth and inner radiation began to pulsate in every cell of my body. I marvelled. Was the unknown oil endued with a cosmical heat? Bitter winds whipped around me in the darkness, shrieking a fierce challenge. The chill waves of the Gosha River lapped now and then over my body, outstretched on the rocky bank. Tigers howled nearby, but my heart was free of fear. The radiant force newly generated within me conveyed assurance of unassailable protection. Several hours passed swiftly. Faded memories of another life wove themselves into the present brilliant pattern of reunion with my divine Guru. My solitary musings were interrupted by the sound of approaching footsteps. In the darkness, a man's hand gently helped me to my feet and gave me some dry clothing. Come, brother, my companion said, the master awaits you. He held the way through the forest. The sombre night was suddenly lit by a steady luminosity in the distance. Can that be the sunrise? I inquired. Surely the whole night has not passed. The hour is midnight. My guide laughed softly. Yonder light is the glow of a golden palace, materialized here tonight by the peerless Babaji. In the dim past you once expressed a desire to enjoy the beauties of a palace. Our master is now satisfying your wish, thus freeing you from the bonds of karma. He added, the magnificent palace will be the scene of your initiation tonight into Kriya Yoga. All your brothers here join in a paean of welcome, rejoicing at the end of your long exile. Behold, a vast palace of dazzling gold stood before us, studded with countless jewels and set amidst a landscape garden. It presented a spectacle of unparalleled grandeur. Saints of angelic countenance were stationed by resplendent gates, half reddened by the glitter of rubies. Diamonds, pearls, sapphires, and emeralds of great size and lustre were embedded in the decorative arches. I followed my companion into a spacious reception hall. The odour of incense of roses wafted through the air. Dim lamps shed a multicoloured glow. Small groups of devotees, some fair, some dark-skinned, chanted musically or sat in a meditative posture, immersed in an inner peace. A vibrant joy pervaded the atmosphere. Feast your eyes, enjoy the artistic splendors of this palace, for it has been brought into being solely in your honor. My guide smiled sympathetically as I uttered a few ejaculations of wonderment. Brother, I said, the beauty of this structure surpasses the bounds of human imagination. Please tell me the mystery of its origin. I will gladly enlighten you. My companion's dark eyes sparkled with wisdom. In reality, there is nothing inexplicable about this materialization. The whole cosmos is materialized through materialized thought of the Creator. This heavy earth clod floating in space is a dream of God. He made all things out of his consciousness, even as man in his dream consciousness reproduces and verifies a creation with its creatures. God first created the earth as an idea. Then he quickened it. Energy atoms came into being. He coordinated the atoms into this solid sphere. All its molecules are held together by the will of God. When he withdraws his will, the earth again will disintegrate into energy. Energy will dissolve into consciousness. The earth idea will disappear from objectivity. The substance of a dream is held in materialization by the subconscious thought of the dreamer. When that cohesive thought is withdrawn in wakefulness, the dream and its elements dissolve. A man closes his eyes and erects a dream creation, which on awakening he effortlessly dematerializes. He follows the divine archetypal pattern. Similarly, when he awakens in cosmic consciousness, he will effortlessly dematerialize the illusions of the cosmic dream. Being one with the infinite, all-accomplishing will, Babaji can summon the elemental atoms to combine and manifest themselves into any form. This golden palace, instantaneously created, is real even as the earth is real. Babaji created this palatial mansion out of his mind and is holding its atoms together by the power of his will. Even as God created this earth and is maintaining it intact, he added. When this structure has served its purpose, Babaji will dematerialize it. As I remained silent in awe, my guide made a sweeping gesture. This shimmering palace, superbly embellished with jewels, has not been built by human effort or with laboriously mined gold and gems. It stands solidly, a monumental challenge to man. Whoever realizes himself as a son of God, even as Babaji has done, can reach any goal by the infinite powers hidden within him. A common stone locks within itself a secret of stupendous atomic energy. Even so, a mortal is yet a powerhouse of divinity. The sage picked up from the nearby table a graceful vase, whose handle was blazing with diamonds. Our great guru created this palace by solidifying myriads of free cosmic rays. He went on, touch this vase and its diamonds. They will satisfy all tests of sensory experience. I examined the vase and passed my hand over the smooth room walls thick with glistening gold. Each of the jewels scattered lavishly about was worthy of a king's collection. Deep satisfaction spread over my mind, a submerged desire, hidden in my subconscious from lives now gone, seemed simultaneously gratified and extinguished. My late companion led me through the ornate arches and corridors into a series of chambers, richly furnished in the style of an emperor's palace. We entered an immense hall. In the centre stood a golden throne encrusted with jewels, shredding a dazzling medley of colour. There in lotus posture sat the supreme Babaji. I knelt on the shining floor at his feet. Lahiri, are you still feasting on your dream desires for a golden palace? My guru's eyes were twinkling like his own sapphires. Wake! All your earthly thirsts are about to be quenched forever. He murmured some mystic words of blessing. My son, arise. Receive your initiation into the kingdom of God through Kriya Yoga. Babaji stretched out his hand. A Homa, sacrificial fire appeared, surrounded by fruits and flowers. I received the liberating yogic technique before this flaming altar. The rites were completed in the early dawn. I felt no need for sleep in my ecstatic state, and wandered around the palace filled with all sides of treasures and priceless objects art. Descending to the gorgeous gardens, I noticed nearby some caves and barren mountain ledges, which yesterday had boasted no adjacency to a palace or flowered terrace. Re-entering the palace, fabulously glistening in the cold Himalayan sunlight, I sought the presence of my master. He was still enthroned, surrounded by many quiet disciples. Lahiri, are you hungry? Babaji added. Close your eyes. When I reopened them, the enchanting palace and its picturesque gardens had disappeared. My own body and form of Babaji and the cluster of chelas were now seated on the bare ground at the exact site of the vanished palace, not far from the sunlit entrances of the rocky grottos. I recalled that my guide had embarked that the palace would be dematerialized, its captive atoms released into the thought essences from which they had sprung. Although stunned, I looked trustingly at my guru. I knew not what to expect next of him on this day of miracles. The purpose for which the palace was created has now been served. Babaji explained. He lifted an earthen vessel from the ground. Put your hand there and receive whatever food you desire. As soon as I touched the broad, empty bowl, it became heaped with hot buttered fried luchas curry and rare sweet meats. I helped myself, observing the vessel was ever filled. At the end of my meal, I looked around for water. My guru pointed to the bowl before me. Lo, the food had vanished, and in its place was water, clear as from the mountain stream. Few mortals know that the kingdom of God includes the kingdom of mundane fulfillments, Babaji observed. The divine realm extends to the earthly, but the latter, being illusory, cannot include the essence of reality. Beloved Guru, last night you demonstrated for me the link of beauty in heaven and earth. I smiled at memories of the vanished palace. Surely no simple yogi had ever received initiation into the august mysteries of spirit amidst surroundings of more impressive luxury. I gazed tranquilly at the stark contrast of the present scene, the gaunt ground, the sky roof, and the caves offering primitive shelter. All seemed a gracious natural setting for the seraphic saints around me. I sat that afternoon on my blanket, hallowed by associations of past life realizations. My divine guru approached and passed his hand over my head. I entered the near Kapalka Samadhi state, remaining unbrokenly in its bliss for 7 days, crossing the successive strata of self-knowledge. I penetrated the deathless realms of reality. All delusive limitations dropped away. My soul was fully established in the eternal altar of the cosmic spirit. On the 8th day I fell at my Guru's feet and implored him to keep me always near him in this sacred wilderness. "My son," Babaji said, embracing me, "your role in this incarnation must be played on an outward stage. Prenatally blessed by many lives of lonely meditation, you must now mingle in the world of men. A deep purpose underlay the fact that you did not meet me this time until you were already a married man, with modest business responsibilities. You must put aside your thoughts of joining our secret band in the Himalayas. Your life lies in the crowded marts, serving as an example of the ideal yogi householder. The cries of many bewildered worldly men and women have not fallen unheard on the ears of the great ones," he went on. "You have been chosen to bring spiritual solace through Kriya Yoga to numerous earnest seekers. The millions who are encumbered by family ties and heavy woolly duties will take new heart from you, a householder like themselves. You must guide them to see that the highest yogic attainments are not barred to the family man. Even in the world, the yogi who faithfully discharges his responsibilities without personal motive or attachment, treads the pure path of enlightenment. No necessity compels you to leave the world, for inwardly you have already sundered its every karmic tie. Not of this world, you must yet be in it. Not of this world, you must yet be in it. Many years still remain during which you must conscientiously fulfill your family, business, and civic and spiritual duties. A sweet new breath of divine hope will penetrate the arid hearts of worldly men. From your balanced life, they will understand that liberation is dependent on inner rather than outer renunciations." I'll leave it there. That's from the Autobiography of a Yogi by Paramahansa Yogananda, and that was chapter 34, I think, but I'll just check for you guys. Yeah, 34, Materializing a Palace in the Himalayas. And there's a lot in that passage that enables us to understand the incredible magic that there is available to us in life. The incredible possibilities that are available to us once we are able to let go of our conditionings and our ideas of how things are and what's possible in life. So thank you everyone for listening, and I think a few more of you have joined, but I'm not sure who's here now. So I'm going to say hi to Kala, hi to James, hi to Ari and Nick, and wishing you much love and many blessings. And I would like to share a few moments of silence with you all now. Try and set up this space for this phone again. I don't know how easy this is going to be actually. I'll have to hold it. So if you just want to take some deep breaths, and just connect with the breath. Just connect with your breath. And we'll just allow ourselves to have some silence, to be in silence, to be with silence as silence. I've got some things that I'd like to, something else I'd like to share with you, but I need to go and find it. So I think I'll finish this one here and be back in a minute with what I also want to say. So much love and see you all soon.